everything.
Politics, social issues, sex. Yep, sex too. If you don't want to hear insightful opinions from real smart people, don't listen, Sucka.
I don't think so.
This is completely Sucka free. Sucka free with Rashad Richey. Rashad Richey.
What up? This your man Rashad Richey, the realest man on radio, the realest man on TV, the realest man on print, and the realest man in the classroom. Welcome to Sucka Free.
This is conservative Republican Mitchell Shelby. I don't care if you ask me my opinion. You're going to get it anyway.
And that is what you do.
And that's what I do.
This is your girl, Nicole. I'll be sitting in with these two, and we're going to have great conversation on Tuesdays at 2:30 on Rolling Out. Sucka Free with Rashad Richey. Great conversation.
Don't become the suck of the week.
Do not become the sucker of the week. Can't wait to talk to you on Tuesday. Be there.
Hey, okay, wait a minute. Did anybody notice? Yeah, what's happening?
I can't see your face, man.
Well, look, I'm not complaining. Okay, so here's the thing. Welcome to Sucka Free with Rashad Richey and friends. And I got more friends today than usual. Okay, and we'll get into that. Nicole English.
Hello. I'm here.
Conservative Republican Mitchell Shelby.
Good afternoon, Rashad.
Good afternoon. Wow. And we have another guest, Diamond P.
Hi, good afternoon. Hey, Rashad.
Hey, tell them who you are and what does the P stand for?
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. I go by the name of Diamond P.
Yeah.
The P stands for princess. I know other people was thinking something else.
I thought it stood for prosperity. It don't stand for prosperity because you look prosperous.
Thank you. It could be that too, but it actually stands for princess.
Okay, princess. We'll take that.
Yes.
Welcome to Sucka Free.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
I'm glad to have you.
Okay, I want to start the conversation today. This is a big deal. Okay, Cat Williams. This is a long saga.
Okay.
Cat Williams came to V103 studio on Friday. All right? Okay. I was actually at the studio. I work for V103 and WAOK. So I'm at the studio. Cat Williams is there. Wanda Smith convinces Cat Williams to come in and do an interview. He wasn't scheduled to do an interview, but she convinced him to do it. So he goes into the studio, Cat Williams, Wanda Smith, Frank Ski. A good old-fashioned Joni match started. Wanda Smith lost the Joni match, but I will say this. Cat Williams was on one. He was on one.
Okay.
What do you mean by on one?
He could have literally been on one, too, given his history. But when I say he was on one, he was full of attitude. It got really personal. And I know people say, well, Wanda started it. Wanda started going in on him. Wanda was trying to keep it light. I thought Wanda was trying to keep it light, and then Cat Williams just went in for the jugular.
What's your definition of keeping it light?
You know, the whole banter of, I don't know. Right, I'm not a comedian, but I thought Wanda's spirit was different than Cat Williams' spirit.
Rashad.
Yeah.
When she said, and I'm not, no, just Mitchell, just say what it is. When she started talking about his hair.
That did it.
When he said, my hair is 19 inches long.
Sir, no, he said was, my hair's 19 inches long, Miss Lady.
He said,
no.
How did he say it like
How did he say it, Rashad?
Yeah, he said, first of all, what grown man knows how many inches his hair is?
That's important to him.
But that's know because that's always
okay. But did you see where his hairline started?
I did.
I think he's measured from his forehead back.
Wait a minute. Well, I'm telling
19 inches, bro. That must have been in leprechaun inches, cause ain't nowhere in the hell his hair is 19 inches long.
But Rashad, he's short.
How does that check? Come on, Diamond P.
Diamond, stop.
Now the P stands for preposterous.
Is there a different
It must be a transforming P.
Is there a different length for being short? Yeah, he has a. Well, this is coming. Miss Producer Lady. This is coming from somebody's. Nicole,
you need to learn people's names.
No, I don't. My hairline was right. my hairline was right here when I was 12 years old, Rashad.
It's still there, sir.
No, I have no hairline right now.
Okay, that's unfortunate.
No hairline. None.
Your hairline starts from the back of the head, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, it is what it is. But you know what, man? I think people. I listened to the show, Rashad. I listened to your show today. One lady said I was glad for what Wanda got got. And you were like, okay, but what Wanda has gone in on some people. Sometimes, Rashad, she picked the wrong day. Like you said, she started light. No, she didn't. She didn't start light. She went in and
She did not go in like Cat Williams.
well, no,
You can't compare the level of Wanda to the level of Cat Williams.
Are
Well,
you saying she was
obviously.
outclassed, Nicole? Nicole, she was outclassed, right?
I don't know if she was outclassed. I think they were two comedians doing what comedians do. I don't even know why we are at this point where we're trying to discuss who went in heavier than the other person. Even though Kat definitely won, comedians do
They
this.
do that. But on
This is what-
TMZ,
if it been me, it'd be totally different. Y'all know I'm gonna try to show out. I'm joning you. I'm talking about your mama, your kids here. Ain't everybody?
But
Nobody's
that's
off
the
limits.
thing,
But-
though.
But I'm not a comedian.
yeah, but
It's
And
for
that's the
you to
point I'm
come
making.
harder.
but Rashad and Nicole and Diamond P, on TMZ it said it was nothing really because everybody was cool when they left the studio. When it hit social media,
And people
that-
were embarrassed.
and when people were embarrassed,
Yeah.
that's when it kind of got.
Well, I think
you
in
know.
the studio, if you look at Wanda's face, she started getting a little uptight. I think Wanda's used to being the queen of that room. Nobody's ever come back at her, ever. And even Frank admitted the day when they came back and discussed what had happened, that they've gone in on people and hurt people's feelings.
Right, and I agree with that.
And
They have
that
definitely-
has happened. So to now play the humanitarian role, I help the homeless,
But they're not-
I parted
no,
the
Nicole,
waters,
Nicole.
all of that.
I have to agree with
that's not-
Nicole.
hold on, stop.
I have
That's
to agree
not-
with Nicole.
That's not Wanda Smith playing a role. Wanda Smith, she has helped real people.
Oh no, I'm not doubting her that she's helped people. I'm saying to bring that into this conversation
I think it's
of
legit.
two comedians doing what comedians do, it didn't have its place.
Okay, so let me tell you the
Definitely,
place.
she's done a lot of outreach to the community. I'm not disputing that. She's done a lot, but it had nothing to do with.
So let me
this.
tell you
Just
the
take
place.
that L, boo.
Okay, so let me tell you the place that has. Wanda was talking about what people were saying about her in the city of Atlanta. And they were saying things like, Wanda deserved it. I'm tired of Wanda Smith. So her response was, listen, y'all tired of me? And when you call my show and I help raise money for single mothers or your school or your daughter or your son, I mean, that's what she does. So when she responded by saying, listen, this is what I do outside of radio, she was talking directly to folks who had criticized her character in the city of Atlanta. And I thought that was appropriate because at this point, you got to fight back. So, I mean, she took the L. She agrees that she lost the battle.
But Rashad, this is my thing though. I get what you're saying,
Mhm.
and it's clear. Like honestly, it's clear. The thing is that you can't comfort somebody, and then when they comfort you back, and when people in response say that they're tired of you, they're not saying that they're tired of her as far as what she do for the city or what she has done. It's the thing of you want people to take your feelings into consideration, but you didn't take other people's feelings into consideration when you was doing what you were doing.
I've never seen Wanda go in like Cat Williams. I've seen Wanda and Frank clown people
When she went in on the lady from
from CBS 46.
Oh,
that got the
Rashad.
the DUI,
All right.
come on, Rashad.
All right, so let me go ahead and talk about that. See, that to me is tremendously personal. I was really good friends with Amanda Davis. As a matter of fact, I'm at CBS 46 News because of Amanda Davis. She passed away. God rest her soul. When Wanda asked that question about, or Wanda made the insinuation that Amanda Davis came to the studio drunk before, that hurt Amanda. Like, that really
Yes.
hurt. Now, there was criticism, and remember, when that happened, Wanda Smith was on the wrong side of that criticism because people said, how can you do that to this woman who's trying to get her life back together? So that point and that situation, to me, does not conflate to this one. I'm not saying she's right. I'm not saying she's the victim. What I am saying is that her spirit in the joke was different than Cat Williams' spirit in the joke. And that's it. Now, there's an update. There's an update.
Yes, it is.
Y'all know about the update?
Yes.
Okay. So Saturday came.
You know about the update, Nicole?
I'm letting.
I'm gonna just tell you about the update. So this happened on
Let him
Friday.
go ahead.
Saturday came, and Wanda Smith has a standing
Oh, Lord.
engagement at the comedy club. So at the comedy club, Cat Williams showed up. Now, according to my sources, Cat Williams was supposed to be in a whole nother state, but Cat Williams showed up at the comedy club.
Showed up to support his friend who's a comedian.
Well, That's not according to the sources. Now, yes, that's the cover story.
But
That's the cover story. Hold on, let me get it out.
because I'm dying here.
So the update
Send water.
the update was Cat Williams went to the comedy club. Wanda Smith was at the comedy club and was told, hey, there are some people here that are your guests. She goes to the back door to open for her guests, and she sees Cat Williams. She sees the bodyguard. Now, according to the reports that have come out, something went down between Cat Williams and Wanda Smith's husband. There was an argument. There were some words. Initially, the claim was he pulled out a gun on Cat Williams.
He chased Cat Williams and pulled him.
Well, there's a video of Cat Williams running. So obviously, Cat Williams was running away from somebody.
Miss Producer Lady.
Okay. Hold on. Wait, because I want to clear this part up.
Jasmine looked up like,
I want to clear this part up. So he did admit, listen, it's on the report. He admitted that he was chasing Cat Williams.
Right.
The claim of him pulling out a gun is what's in dispute. Now, TMZ just posted today.
they did.
Yes,
Today. They just posted an interview. This was an impromptu interview of Cat Williams walking with his Emmy. And Cat was like, what gun? If there was a gun, there would have been police, there would have been shooting. What gun? And so he's admitted there was no gun pulled on him. According to the report that we have from the police department,
Okay.
when Wanda's husband was chasing him, the gun
Fell out.
fell out. And he picked it back up and he put it back on him. He says he never pointed it at anybody.
Cat Williams, Nicole, and Diamond P and Rashad
Why you just picked it out?
is 5 feet 5 inches tall,
Yeah.
146 pounds, soaking wet.
He was beat up by a 7th grader.
Rashad,
When you
5 feet
Cat Williams
5.
was beat up by a 7th grader.
Yes, he was beat up by a
needs
7th grader.
absolutely no gun pulled on him.
Let me tell you something. I would have ran too, because Wanda's husband. Let me tell you something.
One husband, a big dude.
He's a big. I met him. Really
my
nice
God.
guy.
He's like the new school Suge Knight.
Yeah, he's a pretty.
And did
Nicole.
he just get like that? Because I don't think he
No,
was,
dude,
he's-
always been big.
he's
And let
a-
me tell you, he's a really, really nice dude.
Really
No,
nice
I'm
guy.
Not, I'm not,
Like,
I'm
as
not
nice
doubting
as
that.
they come.
Um,
But, dude, listen.
And he can.
If,
and
if
he can
dude
sing.
running at you, you going to run away.
Oh, totally. And if there's a gun,
No.
if I think there's a gun, I'm going to run too.
Oh, no,
I
no.
don't,
It
I don't blame
I
him.
think Cat just ran.
Well, no,
Jet-
I think
it
well,
didn't
it's
have to
also
be a
if you see
gun.
the video where he pulls up his shirt as if to show the gun, like
I think he
know.
was just hot, Nicole. You know how you
Probably
gotta-
because that stomach. I was like, where did
Oh,
that?
Oh
go?
Lord.
Oh my
Look
God.
at that.
I'm just saying.
Nicole.
I'm just saying.
Lord.
Okay, but let me say this.
I'm
Let
going
me
to get
say
Cat
this.
Williams on you.
Let me say this. Kat said in the studio, Rashad, that he was there, and Wanda backed this up to support his friend.
Yeah.
So I would think that he would have gone to the comedy show
Possibly.
that night. You
Yeah,
know, so
exactly.
that I hope that they've squashed this. I feel that from Kat's words with the way he played with the reporter at TMZ on it. Like maybe they talked and, and Kat was like, look, I don't want nobody to get in trouble because of this. I've been in trouble because of silly stuff. What did he say? 19 felonies, no convictions, Shout out to
Well, some
him.
of those charges are still pending.
Some of them are pending.
And
Shout
I
out
think
to
he
him.
has charges pending in Gwinnett
In
County,
Gwinnett, which is
where
not
all
the
of this
county.
happened.
Which is not the county.
Right.
to have
be
charges
You
know the
pending.
guy-
exactly.
Anything. I
That's-
tell everybody,
you know
get
what,
in trouble in
Gwinnett-
Atlanta. We
Gwinnett
may-
is the new Cobb County.
No, I was gonna ask which one, because Nicole, I know you say you don't do Cobb County after dark.
You can't listen.
Which one is worse, Cobb County or Gwinnett County?
They're on par with each other.
Let me
They
tell you,
both.
it used to be Cobb County. Cobb County, COBB, stands for count out being black. And it also stands for count on being
I was
busted.
about to say both of those, right?
Right. I spoke to a group in Cobb County about 2 years ago. And it was this group, diverse black people, white people. I got on the microphone. I said, listen, there was a time you couldn't pay me to come to Cobb County.
Right.
You can't pay
Well,
me
you know,
to Cobb
I saw-
County
well,
now.
Anywhere
Diamond P,
outside of
you not going to Cobb.
285,
Diamond
okay?
P,
No.
you can't go
Okay,
to Cobb
and
County today.
Decatur is suspect too. Okay, 'cause
Decatur's Cobb County, right?
No.
Bruh,
Okay,
come
you know
on, man.
what?
Where
I
you
just-
from?
Decatur is
Memphis.
not
You from
Cobb
Ellenwood.
County.
Memphis.
Wow.
Diamond P,
Yes.
you don't go to Cobb today?
Where are
don't-
you from,
I-
Diamond?
West Side Bankhead.
What
Born
high
and
school?
That's, see, I knew there was something about
What
you.
high school? This is gonna decide.
I knew there was
Carver
something
High School.
special
Okay.
about you.
My crew know when I say what high school, I'm zoning in.
Yeah.
Because people will be like, I'm from Atlanta. What high school?
Diamond P,
Stone
don't-
Mountain.
never
I'm
mind
like,
her.
no.
Diamond P, you from Bankhead?
What high school did you go to,
Bankhead.
Nicole?
West Side Bankhead before Dro came out with the song.
Okay.
APS school, North Side.
No, that don't. That, listen, come
Is
on.
that
Don't try- I was supposed to go to
Diamond
Harper.
P.
I went
Yes.
to North
Ashford
Side.
Street.
And then
Glenwood. I did
Yes.
all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Bluff.
The Bluff. The Bluff is
Exactly.
still the Bluff.
Yes.
yeah.
Bankhead. I don't know Donnelly Howell.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Right.
I know
exactly.
Bankhead.
When somebody says it's on Donnelly Howell, just like when people say it's on Joseph Lowry, I'm like, yeah, you're not from here.
Yeah,
And
I don't
that's
know.
Ashford Street, sir.
Hey, Rashad and
Yeah.
Diamond and Nicole. One time I was on Bankhead Highway. I pulled up to
I
some
doubt
young
that.
ladies. Hey, and Nicole, know what I said? I looked. I said, "Excuse me, is this Buckhead?"
Oh, you disrespected us like
All
that?
of a sudden, no,
Exactly.
I was just joking around. They fell out. Look at no Buckhead. I'm like, man, hey, I'm just ladies. I'm sorry.
What were you doing on Bankhead, sir?
Hey, man, let's move on, Rashad. We,
Oh
No,
wow!
sir.
See, that's just like
Nothing.
Metropolitan. I don't
Nothing.
know Metropolitan. I know Stewart Avenue.
Stewart Avenue.
Okay, then.
I know
Okay.
Stewart Avenue. The
Run
Ave.
up, you go on Stewart Avenue, you'll catch some.
Boy.
But Stewart used to be that place.
Yes. Yes.
You remember at Stewart,
thing is,
if
if
you
you-
park your car, they'll run up to your window, the prostitutes and all that.
Well, I didn't
Wow.
get that. I didn't get that.
No,
picture.
that
Yes.
was Stewart Avenue.
That
Seriously?
Yes, they
Okay.
ran up to your car.
Look
That's
at,
what that was a first script club.
Look at
on
our,
Stewart
our
Avenue.
camera lady's looking like, are you serious? It's so nice over there now.
I want to
She's looking like, oh,
let's check in with the chat room and see what's
Okay.
going on. Make sure y'all share the live too.
Share the
please.
live.
Share
We're
the
supposed
live
to
if you're
say that at the
watching us.
beginning.
I
of the
share the
show.
live.
Share the live.
And Rashad,
You
can
know.
you say we got a brand new YouTube page up? Don't just go to go to the YouTube, like our YouTube, give us a thumbs up, and
Okay.
also subscribe to the YouTube.
That's great. We're trying
What's
to
the
talk to the
YouTube page?
listeners online right now.
Oh wow.
Thank
So
you,
Kelly
Mitchell.
Robin is in,
Yeah.
one of our favorite people.
Right.
Okay.
Kelly says Wanda knew what was going on when she poked the bear. She knew what she was doing when she poked the bear. You don't start joning on Cat Williams and think that he won't escalate the verbal war.
All right, we got some more. We're going to read some
Yeah, we'll
more
read
on
some
the
more after
other
the break.
side of the break. Sucker Free with Rashad Richey and
Share the
friends.
live.
We are suffering from high blood pressure and diabetes at an alarming rate. Did you know that studies show by cleaning the blood, you can improve your circulation and help lower your blood pressure and improve your overall numbers? A company called Alloman has a product known as GAP. Yep, GAP pills. I've been using them for years, and they have done me wonders as a broadcaster. They've been on the market for 41 years. It's a unique combination of garlic, aloe, and parsley designed to cleanse, regulate, and replenish the blood. It normally sells for $49.95 for a 1-month supply, but if you order now using the code word HEALTH, HEALTH, you get 15% off. So I need you right now, if you care about your health, go to AloeHeals.com, AloeHeals.com, or call them at 1-800-383-1165. That's 1-800-383-1165, or drop by 3030 Camilton Road in Atlanta and tell them the realest man sent you.
Yeah, we're back. Sucker Free with Rashad Richey and friends. Here's my thing. I hope it's all squashed with the Wanda Cat Williams situation. But you have to remember this. Everybody is looking at it as Wanda Smith, the radio personality who has a measure of fame, right? And now she's gone viral for this thing. When I saw it go down, I was cringing in my soul. Here's why. Because I'm friends with Wanda. I've known Wanda for 7 years. And so my perspective is going to be different. It's like if I saw one of you guys in that situation, I'm not going to have the same response.
Except me.
Well, you probably. I would be like,
Jump in
Cat,
it.
Cat, do it again, bro. Do it. Cat, can you do that one more time?
Say it louder.
Say it, Cat. But seriously,
Jess, would
and
you
so my
laugh at that?
perspective may be a little different. Because
Oh, he
of
know
that.
your name now.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
That's
sorry. I was just being okay. But yeah, Rashad, you know what? But I listened to your callers. Several of your callers were like, "That's good." Even Wanda, even Shannon Russell said Wanda jokes ain't funny. You can't deal with Cat Stadiums versus Atlanta Comedy Theater. You,
Shade.
Rashad.
Yeah.
Sometimes, man, you cannot pick with the big dog.
But you know, even in the hood, when we got into joning matches, there were some things that were off limit. Number one, your mama.
True.
Completely off limits.
True.
Number two, any family member that had a disability.
Oh, well, that's the end of my jokes. That's the
Oh my God.
that's the end of my jokes. I have nothing else to say. I have to go walk on to the bus stop because you done talked.
Lord.
But that was a code in the hood. There
Yeah.
was certain things just completely off limits.
Not in North Memphis. Everything. Once you start on me, you talk about my
You
head.
from North Memphis?
North, Hyde Park and Chelsea.
And Young Dolph from North Memphis?
Yes, sir.
Oh, well, so you know that now.
You know that Young Dolph from North Memphis.
Wait a minute.
Go to
Oh,
know
did
commercial.
you see the look on his face when he
Okay.
said that?
don't
Yes,
understand.
you
You
know.
know, my brother told me about it. My brother.
Your brother told you about Young Dolph.
You
He went and did his research.
But let me say this: I have my own codes.
What's your code?
My mama is off limits.
Yeah.
And my weight. Any one of those, I'm coming
Well,
for you.
Cat went off limits then.
But that's what one. But she's a comedian. Like
How
I
do
said,
you-
if it was me, I totally y'all.
Okay,
y'all already
wait
know.
a minute. Is Wanda a comedian or not?
Well, Kat
Because
said that
I
he
hear
t-
people saying, I hear people saying,
We
listen,
got an
people
audience
are like,
out here
she's not a
shaking their
comedian.
head. We got people out here like.
Kat said today on the same TMZ video you're referring to that he got into a conversation with a non-female comedian. I don't know what that means. That's what he said.
Cat was saying some pretty crazy stuff though.
A non-female
He
comedian.
was just talking.
A non-comedian, a female.
You guys got to see
non-comedian,
it. You got to
something.
look.
He was
You got to
pretty
look
much
at it on
shady,
TMZ.
pretty
Oh,
much,
okay.
yeah.
So
the
he's saying
shade.
all kind of stuff.
But yeah.
All right, so we're moving on. We got another topic.
Let me. I think this kind of goes into what we're saying, Rashad.
Okay.
A few weeks ago, there was a situation that broke down. Anybody out there is familiar with Alabama football. You're familiar with this guy by the name of Nick Saban. He is the
Okay.
best coach in
Nick
college
Saban, yeah.
football. He makes about $11.5 million a year, Rashad. He's coached. He's
Wait a
won-
minute, off college football?
Oh yes, sir. Oh yes, sir. This ain't Georgia State. This is I'm not
shade.
throwing shade at Georgia State.
Don't do that.
Down
'cause
people. What I'm saying is
That's where I graduated from.
Okay.
Don't do
okay.
that.
But anyway, Georgia State. But this ain't Georgia State. He won a national championship at LSU in 03. He won one in Alabama in 09, 11, 12, 15, 17. Nick Saban is the man. Remember how you said you cringed when Cat went in on Wanda. Nick Saban went off on a young lady a couple of weeks ago. And what he said was now Rashad, he has gone off on everyone. He doesn't pick who he goes off on. If you ask him a dumb question, you're going to get some of that business. Nick Saban said
I already know where this is going. Go ahead,
No,
man.
Nick
I'm not
Saban
dealing.
told the young lady, she
I'm
asked
not
him a
dealing
question
with
about the quarterbacks. Nick Saban said, I still like both. I think both are good guys, he said. I think both guys can help the team. So why do you continually ask me and want me to say something to disrespect them? I'm not doing it, but he raised his voice when he said it. Guess what everybody did? Everybody came to her rescue. My point that I'm making here is you cringe. Did you cringe because Cat went in on a comedian, or did you cringe because he went in on a woman?
Neither.
I guess
Neither.
Okay, I'm asking.
Neither.
I'm
I
asking
cringe because I'm friends with Wanda
That's what,
Smith.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's it.
basically
Okay,
that's
okay,
what
that's
that was.
But I
but
get the conversation.
but
you're
you know,
having.
Nicole, thanks,
Do we
Nicole.
have to tiptoe around? Do women have to be tiptoed around in the workplace or in space in life? Period.
Exactly. Do we have to protect
And
them?
what's the
Yes.
what's the
Why is that hard?
what
Yeah, of
shade
course
is
you
this
do.
woman? What's her hue?
She's black.
Oh.
She's
Yeah,
oh,
see,
no.
that changes things for you,
No,
right?
I'm surprised
Yeah.
that they're taking up for a black woman. Usually,
Well,
if it
let
was
me tell
if
you-
it was Becky, then it would be like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I can't believe
Right.
you talked to her. But to take up for a sister,
Okay,
that's
first of all,
huge.
dude, his tone was foul. His tone was foul.
I tried to pull the audio, but it was not a very good audio.
Yeah.
Nicole, really, his tone was not bad. Nicole, he called him. Listen, what I'm saying.
Why,
Nicole.
what's your definition
listen,
of not
listen,
bad?
Nicole, and
Like,
Diamond
he needs
P.
definitions.
Listen,
She's like a dictionary.
Right.
yeah,
Definition.
Nicole, Diamond P. and Rashad. She called him as he's running to the how they interview him.
Adrenaline's up.
Yeah, and he says, "Don't ask me that question
But
anymore."
again, had they won?
Yeah.
Nicole,
Halftime. Okay.
Halftime.
I'm not a
Blood
sports person.
moment. Oh, that means
Real
It's
sister
not full
moments.
time.
I don't do sports. I'm
Just
sorry. I
halftime,
do a
it
little
means.
bit of
No,
tennis.
means
but
half
what
of
I'm
the game.
saying was,
Okay.
do we have to protect the woman who is? Guess what the sister said?
What?
She said she asked her question. He went off. She went on to the next question, and her tweet after the game was says, "Don't mind me, just doing my job. On to the next game. See ya." But then all of a sudden, the media comes out. Oh, no one in the media has ever said anything before when he went off on guys, but when he went off on the woman, you're in a position. Should you be protected, or should you have to be protected?
Okay, so let's go.
I
Go ahead, Diamond P, and then
I
I'll say
think
something.
okay. I think that we should be protected because the thing is that she's answering a question. She's doing her job. Her job. She asked the question. So what was so disrespectful about that?
That's my point.
All
What
right.
was so disrespectful about it?
Let me take this back. I got to put my professor hat on. All right, just for a moment. So when you deal with what's called social impact theory says that your ability to influence is based on certain qualifiers, like one, proximity, how close you are to the person in thought and in location. The other part of social impact theory is status, meaning who you are and who they are. So if I'm a professor in the classroom, my impact is much greater because of who I am in that moment. So if I'm teaching and I'm the professor and you're the student, I'm able to impact you at a greater level. If I start teaching and you're eating food at a restaurant, well, my status has changed. Your
Right.
status has changed. I'm not your professor in that moment, and you're not my student in that moment. So the social impact theory is different. When we talk about women in society, men, we are the great protectors. We're the great defenders. We are stronger physically most times, okay? So yes, there's a societal status that we as men have, and we need to accept that. We need to accept that societal
Do we
status.
need to accept that, or everyone needs to accept that, including women?
Men need to accept their status in the society.
Do
as
men
protect-
need to accept that, or women need to accept that,
I
or
think
society?
women do accept it.
Okay.
I think with every gender, there's some caveat to it, right? So everybody's not the exact same. But when there's a role where a man comes across too dominant, there are things I will say to you, Mitchell, in a way that I wouldn't say it to Nicole. There are things that I
That
would
hurts
say.
my feelings.
But that's real though.
Yeah.
And it's not because you are a conservative. It's because you are a man. And I know that may not be politically correct, but that's how I work my life.
Right. Do you remember the movie, Nicole and Diamond P and Rashad? Do you remember the movie G.I. Jane?
I
Yes.
do.
Yeah.
She said, "I don't want to be treated any different."
That's a movie, sir.
No, what I'm just saying to you is this.
That's
Nicole.
straight
No.
fiction, man.
What I'm saying to you, Rashad, is this: women. I don't think the reporter wanted to be treated any different, because when you start treating me different, I will probably get less
It
respect.
has to be within reason.
I will probably get less respect from my male
Okay,
counterparts.
we're talking about respect.
Okay.
We're talking about respect. And ladies, if you know a man will talk to another man in a certain way, and you don't like how that man talks to other men, you don't like it. And then all of a sudden, that man is talking to you in that way. Would you feel disrespected?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I
See,
don't like it, period.
it shouldn't, exactly. It shouldn't be, to me, it shouldn't be an argument about if it's okay to be disrespectful. Like, that's it. So, because we're kind of arguing, do certain people get a pass at being disrespectful? And I don't think it should be
Or
that.
do they get a pass on the job in the workplace? I think that's his conversation. Is it different there as opposed to everyday life?
Yeah, is it
But
different?
that's the issue, with all due respect. That's the issue that we're having now, just being within the entertainment industry.
Okay.
For example,
You have a lot of, no disrespect towards the men, but you have a lot of men that are very disrespectful and hating the females right now because they feel like we're basically taking over. And I don't think it's a thing of taking over. I think it's a thing of we're actually standing for something, and we're actually out here working. We're actually,
You're actually taking your place.
yeah,
Because
basically.
female, I don't. So tell us what so that people can bridge it together. About, you do a little bit of rapping, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So that industry, I don't know why it's taken so long for women to really make their place in that industry.
Wait a
wait,
minute.
wait a
hold
minute,
on.
Nicole.
Can
I don't even like rap. I mean, but I have heard of rap. I mean, I'm
Women have
concerned
been rapping,
Not
but
like
it's not
different,
dominated
but
like
not-
men.
right, that's
but that's
what I'm
every
saying.
industry, Nicole. That's not
Okay.
just in rap.
I'm not saying it's not in every industry. I was just trying to relate it to her conversation being about entertainment. That's all I'm saying. But
Do you
men-
think it's harder to be
men
a
can
one?
be haters.
John P, do you think it's harder to be a? I mean, what have you? Let me ask you personally. What have you encountered that adds credence to your argument? I mean, what have you encountered personally?
I have to have the my attitude. I have to really like I'm unapproachable. They really think that I'm unapproachable, and they want me to basically humble myself. But I can honestly say that with the attitude that I have, it has gotten me the things that I have now, because you cannot approach me as if you're going to
A little girl,
sleep
you-
with me. I'm not a little
okay,
girl.
okay, okay.
Oh, wait,
And some
listen.
men feel like they
Yeah,
have to
Diamond
approach
P, I have
women
the same
that
problem
way.
for women. I try to, you know what I mean?
They all want you, boo.
Come on now. they ain't
Sexy
even
red
fair.
bone.
Don't do that.
Did she say sexy red bone?
Don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Miss Camera Lady, turn it off. I'm done.
Go to
This
sucker
is,
free.
did he?
Sexy
She say
red bone.
red?
But-
Last time
but
I heard
Diamond P,
somebody say
here's the
sexy red
truth.
bone.
Here's the truth.
It was a man that said
Right.
But
Which
it
was
is
All
the
right, here's the
truth.
inside joke that people may not get. There was a guy who called my show.
sexy red
There was a guy who called my show. And I said something to him. He was like, yeah, if I was in prison, I'd be protecting you. And I saw
You said, wait a minute, sir.
I saw a picture of him on Facebook.
Oh my
He had
God.
somebody posted a picture of this dude on Facebook.
Oh my
And I
God.
said, sir, not in that outfit. You would not have been protecting me, sir. And he said, yes, I would, you little sexy red bone. And then, first of all, that was my first time being sexually harassed on air.
On air.
And
Then it would be by a man.
I immediately became part of the Me Too movement. And this guy tried to clean it up on the call about 2 or 3 days later. Said, you know I'm just playing with you, man. No, brother, that came out of your soul. The way he said it, it came straight from
Right,
his
from
chest.
the heart.
It was from his chest.
If you were in
Hilarious.
prison,
Oh,
boy, that was
God.
just.
I
but-
said, not with that outfit.
But
No,
Diamond
sir.
P, let me say you something. I completely understand exactly what you're saying. I have a daughter. I have 2 daughters and a wife. And my
Shout
wife.
out to Elizabeth in the chat room.
Oh
too.
yeah, she supports it. My wife is an electrical engineer, and she's only worked around men, and so I can understand what you're saying. But you can't give her no. I mean, you got to do your job, man, and that's the thing that this young lady did. Nicole, you know one thing, she didn't ask for any protection. She wanted to move on.
She doesn't
I'm
need
just
to ask
surprised
for
that they
it.
did a
She
system
doesn't
like that.
need to
'Cause
ask
usually
for it.
nobody comes
That-
to the aid
let me
of
tell you
black
something.
women in those type of situations.
Right.
I agree.
And
It's
that,
amazing.
that marginalizes people in a profession when they have to come out and say, help me.
Okay.
Okay, so I get it. I get her not saying, please somebody help me.
All right.
Because she becomes marginalized.
Exactly.
All right,
That's-
we got more on the other side. Sucker Free with Rashad Richey and friends.
What's happening? This is your man Rashad Richey. Let's keep it 100. We are suffering from high blood pressure and diabetes at an alarming rate. Did you know that studies show by cleaning the blood, the realest man on earth, you can improve your circulation and help lower your blood pressure and improve your overall numbers? A company called Aloe Man has a product known as Gap. Yep, Gap pills. I've been using them for years, and they have done me wonders as a broadcaster. They've been on the market for 41 years. It's a unique combination of garlic, aloe, and parsley designed to cleanse, regulate, and replenish the blood. It normally sells for $49.95 for a 1-month supply, but if you order now using the code word HEALTH, HEALTH, you get 15% off. So I need you right now, if you care about your health, go to aloeheals.com, ALOEHEALS.com, or call them at 1-800-383-1165. That's 1-800-383-1165, or drop by 3030 Camilton Road in Atlanta and tell them the realest man sent you.
Sucker
Hey
free.
Rashad, I got a funny little one here. We got a brother in the chat room say, "Can I introduce myself?" And
What?
I at first I was like, "Who do you want to introduce yourself to?" And my sister Nicole says, "What do you mean?" He says, "To the shorty on the show, Diamond."
Oh, to the short.
Oh, Diamond Peak has an admirer.
Diamond P has an admirer. He wasn't talking to me. He wasn't.
I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
we are in Atlanta, dude, so
Well, okay.
you need to
So
clarify.
Rashad Thompson, that's his name.
Wait a minute, his name what?
Rashad Thompson.
Well, that's a G then.
Rashad says she is beautiful.
Yeah, that's a straight
Thank
G.
you.
Huh? That's
Shout-
what.
Shouts out
Shout
to
out to
everybody
Rashad.
named Rashad.
Rashad,
Shanti said, "Is this the matchmaker session?" You never know.
You
girl.
never know, but
Get it when you
Rashad,
don't
when you see a
know.
young lady, you chew us up on her. But you know, I got something else. We were talking about really quickly. Since we do have an entertainer here, Rashad,
Yeah.
a rapper. China, the People's Republic of China, has
Not
banned.
Black China.
You know, that's immediately what I think of. I think of Black China and then the video.
That's the thing that came to my mind.
Yeah.
I had to give. Okay,
That shows you how
that's
messed up
not
our
what y'all-
minds
Go
are.
ahead. Shout out to Black China though, making
I'm
her
sorry.
money.
Miss
Had that
Producer, this
Kardashian
is-
baby. You set for life, girl. Go.
But anyway,
I'm sorry.
Are
Go
you
ahead,
sure?
Mitchell.
okay, I don't know. Okay, okay, but anyway, China, the country China, for those Asian country, China has banned hip hop culture and the actors with tattoos from appearing on television. They said not now specifically requires that programs should not feature actors with tattoos or depicted hip hop culture, subculture, something that's not mainstream.
What's
They-
their reasoning for that?
They said, well, what
You
they
know what their reasoning is.
I'm just
they
asking.
said they do
Maybe
not
put
want
out
their
an
no. They
official
said
press release.
absolutely no, absolutely do not use actors because this is a communist country. The government owns everything,
Correct.
and you have to get
Okay.
permission to do everything to the government. And they said absolutely they don't want to use actors with whose heart and morality are not aligned with the party. Absolutely do not use actor who are tasteless, vulgar, and obscene.
Wow.
They
Are
said
they going to play clips of Donald Trump? Because we have a problem.
and you know
If
what?
they're going to do that, there's a
That's-
hypocrisy in the writing.
No, they just said. Well, I'm just telling you. I'm asking this because,
There's a huge hip hop following in China.
but there's a.
With
It's been.
Asians, period.
Well,
Let me
this
say-
only affects Chinese television, so it
Well,
doesn't
China
affect.
is the. We're talking about a few billion people over there. It says one of the guys who his name is Wang Hall,
Mhm.
aka PG1, he was forced to apologize earlier this month for a song called Christmas Eve, which criticized and promoted drug culture and insulting women. They made him give a public apology.
The government did.
Yes, sir.
See, this is. Wait a
Oh.
minute. Let's go back to why this is happening. This is happening in China because of their communism form of government.
Exactly.
So
Okay.
they can do that. They can mandate what people do because they're not a free
Right.
society.
Right.
I know there are some people saying we need to do that in America. Be very careful.
Be very careful.
That's a slippery slope. Here's why. When you live in what's known as a free society, and I know that's debatable, but when you live in a free society, you cannot ban things simply because
don't like 'em.
they are potentially harmful or you don't like them. You
Okay.
have the freedom to do all kind of harmful things
To
like-
yourself.
like bungee jump, smoke
Totally.
cigarettes, and eat chili dogs.
Right.
All of those things are potentially
Drink
harmful.
soda.
And you have the
Exactly.
right to do them
It's
here.
Good Friday night to me.
Right.
But what we were saying is you're right about that, and so many people are saying, "Hey, let's cut it off," but you can't do that, and because the country they've taken you off the internet.
Yep.
They've removed you from the internet. They removed you
Wow.
from all
Well,
advertisements.
they
and
have
things
an
of that nature.
intranet. They have a different
But you know one
version.
thing, Rashad, really quickly because we got to get on to the next subject. Is this hip hop culture is very, very influential. That's what I really think they're doing because the culture is very, very influential, and they don't really want the people to be that influenced.
Here's the real effect of that
Yes,
because
sir.
we went through it during Prohibition in the United States. You start prohibiting things that people can have access to, you get a rebellion
A rebellious.
that will
Exactly.
take place. You also create a black market. So now you will have the culture even more deified, if I can use that word, because you have said, as the government, don't touch. Now, when has that ever worked? When has that ever worked? When the government says, look, but don't touch.
It's like when your mom and your dad say, "Don't date that boy."
gonna-
you
yeah, you
start
gonna date
sneaking
that boy.
around.
You're gonna do it anyway.
Yeah,
You
and like,
dating that
I
boy.
was that boy,
Next
so
thing
I
you
know.
know you're pregnant.
Oh, God.
Seriously.
I was that
Seriously.
boy,
That's
too.
That's how that works. Like
Right.
seriously.
Crazy.
So yeah. That's interesting, though.
Well, hey, thank
I
you,
wonder how,
Nicole.
because hip hop influences a lot. I mean, they're
That's what I'm
wearing
saying.
afros. Asians are wearing afros. They're wearing the gold medallions. They're wearing the hip hop wear.
And they
It's
rapping.
all
They
of-
got some
they're
tight flows,
rapping.
man.
The braids.
Have y'all heard the Chinese rap?
Well, no, I don't
They
know.
got some tight
I
flows.
know. I
gotta
know
say.
my eyes are a little. No, I'm not. You know, Nicole.
What?
I know you said the
Did
second
you
week
say
being
his
bigoted.
eyes?
You know, the guy walks up to me one day and says, "I'm downtown." He said, "Boy, your people are really good at math."
No.
What people?
And I said,
No.
"What people? You're Chinese, ain't you?" And I
What?
just
Somebody asked if you were Chinese?
No, he said, "Boy, your people are really good at math."
I guess they thought he was because I don't know.
That's what he said. But Nicole,
Why?
You,
I'm asking, why would he say
because
that
my
to you?
because
I
I'm
think maybe because his eyes.
my
were-
eyes.
Come on, Rashad.
Rashad,
No.
you act. Oh man.
No, sir,
Little
you are
sexy
not.
red
You
bones,
look
man.
nothing like.
Look at the
you look,
sound guy. The
you
sound
look like.
guy is dying. Right
You
now.
look like Buddha. You don't look like
Well,
a
Buddha
Chinese
is
Shout out to
Asia.
Buddha.
Shout out to Buddha. No marrying your Keo.
Come
But let
on,
me say
man.
one thing. Nicole, you really said about the gold. Who said something about gold chains? Because they made this one guy. He was on the radio. They hid his gold chains. They wouldn't even let him put his gold chains on.
See, that's
the-
going too
Hide it
far.
all
Yeah.
they want.
He
They
but
can
didn't
hide
give them to me.
Hip hop
That's
does
crazy.
not die.
All right, let's check in. Who we got on social media?
So we got
Oh, we got some.
Shanti Holmes. Hey Shanti. Dwayne Milton. What up, Dwayne?
What they saying?
Sunset Peach.
Mitchell
I
is
mean, they're
Buddha.
just talking.
Somebody
Dwayne
said-
said it's a great concept. I'm thinking he's talking about the banning of hip hop in China.
Move to
exactly.
China, my friend.
Definitely
Chinese
Buddha.
just getting back to their roots. Okay. Michelle Martin, what up? Michelle said Mitchell is the Buddha. Terry
dog.
Ogun
I can see that.
said
Oh,
leave
wow.
Coca-Cola alone. Andrea Washington, hey Andrea. She said her niece is in her 4th year of college in China.
Oh,
Very
wow.
large hip hop culture, and they love her. So yeah, but staying on hip hop, I've been wanting to do this, but I had to let it play out because I need to know what was going on. I need to get my mind together. But I've got to. I can't let this go another day without talking to Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. I want to talk to both of them separately and together.
Right.
Some
Mr. Audio,
things
you
I've
got
been
it in
wanting to say.
Ooh.
Does Mr. Audio need to play some music behind this?
Oh
Nicole?
no, he doesn't.
Okay. Okay.
I want
You-
first.
Whose side do you take?
I'm not.
You want to
taking
speak to both
sides.
of them?
Both. I love them both. I want them both to make it. There's room for everybody.
Yeah, I'm taking Cardi B's side because she's special.
I'm gonna start off with Cardi.
That's a special woman.
Okay.
I'm gonna start off with Cardi. I want this sister to make it. I've been a fan since loving hip hop. I love that spunk. I love anybody who runs their mouth because I run my mouth too much and folks say I should shut up too. So I get that. She's a young girl who was a stripper, came up. Now she's at the head of the hip hop game. Whether you like her style or flow or not, you cannot deny the success that has happened. But I need her to take it down a few notches. I totally get somebody coming at you.
Came her
One-
baby.
Yeah, coming at your baby, not that, but just coming at you, your whole livelihood, saying you not nothing, you made it because of something, or you haven't attained the success that you have attained on the up and up. Saying she's been prodded, she's been helped, money's been behind her.
But
That's what makes it-
everybody has.
everybody.
Everybody
It
Called
takes
marketing.
money to
selected by
make it in life.
somebody and
Period.
said, you know
Exactly.
what, we want to do this. And I want to say this because she's married to Offset. I've become good friends with Offset's mom and Offset's dad. And they are good folks. As a matter of fact, they came and heard me speak about 3 or 4 weeks ago to a high school. And they were like, listen, Rashad, we want to get up and say something. So they got up, they addressed the crowd, and they actually told the crowd that they were Offset's parents. And it sent the high school students crazy. But the amazing thing about her rise is that she, to me, I know she's had some moments, and she's had some immature moments.
Oh, totally.
Because she's growing.
Yeah.
But she has dominated in her industry. And that does not come by accident.
It does not.
And no matter how much you push a person, they can't maintain the throne unless they do the work.
Exactly.
Is she good, Nicole?
I think she's good.
I think she got a great flow.
Diamond may have a different opinion, but I just
Oh,
let me,
Diamond P.
No, I just want to.
No.
I just want to finish that because I need to talk to both of them. I need for this to go ahead and come out, and then definitely you come in. But I wanted to say, I want her to keep rising. I get it when somebody's coming at you and you want to throw down. But baby girl, you got millions now. Do not risk your money for these fools out here for the jealousy.
Yeah.
And I want her to take it down. I totally, like I said, I keep coming back to that. I get it. I want to fight people all the time.
Now, you can pay
But
somebody
the
to
way
do
my
your light work
background
now,
set up,
so
that's
you don't
not
have
gonna
to do
work.
that.
That's not gonna work. And she's got way more money probably that I'll never see. And I want her to protect her money, protect her legacy.
Yep.
Go at it on the bars. Go at it in the studio. Nicki Minaj, I want to say, wait a minute. That's all. I just want to finish them. I just want to finish them. You can come in. Nicki Minaj, I stood up for her when Mariah came at her on American Idol. I have a problem with older women going at younger women for, to me, what seems like no reason. There's a reason, totally, I get it. She should be embracing Cardi in this game. She should have brought her in, they should have had more than one duet out by now together, and been her friend. not tried to go at this girl. Nicki has purposely tried to stop her shine. And not just by saying things, through the industry. It's documented. She acting like Jay-Z, who I love too. Jay-Z used to roll like that. If you book them, then don't book me. You'll never see me again. She's purposely done this to Cardi and other folks and said things to try and get her to come at her. And I need her to stop. I have a problem when older women don't embrace younger women. And I was telling Diamond before we came on the show, I want younger women to be everything that I have never been. I want them to travel. I want them to have good sex and enjoy life and stop trying to go out with the first guy you meet and think that that's it. I want you to enjoy life, not get bogged down from these inconsequential things. And that's really what, because I know we're running out of town, but that's what I want to say. Embrace this young girl. Bring her, show her some kindness. Don't do this to her, even if it has been done to you. Break the cycle.
So I
think
want
that's,
Diamond P because Diamond P,
Yeah.
works in the industry. But let me say this before she goes to that. There are other factors at play more so than Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. It's an industry, and it's a very competitive industry. And you constantly have people in your ear about what your next move should be.
Mm-hmm.
And so there are folks pulling strings, and you don't know they're pulling strings. So we typically do not understand how much is really them and how much is it them being
But that's been the appeal of
influenced
Cardi, though.
by other people. No, it's still, regardless of what your brand is,
No,
that's happening to you. All right, Diamond.
I don't know if I have enough time because it's something that I really, really gotta say, and I don't
go ahead and
think
say
a
it, and
lot
we'll
of
just-
people understand. I understand exactly where Cardi B is coming from, and the reason why I say that is because a lot of people think that it starts from the music. It's never that. When you have been told from family, your so-called friends, you'll never amount to nothing. You always been let down. You tend to go harder, and you work even harder. And it's like you get tired of being picked on, and that's the situation that I'm in. It's like I go hard and I go harder, but the thing about it is that in the public eye we smile, behind closed doors we hurt, because people don't understand we are human, but we're only just trying to win. So
Totally.
it's a lot on us.
Totally.
And for people to, criticize you for your past and not recognizing the things that you've done to make it to where you are, yeah, we get it. Of course she's going to have help from Offset. Of course she's going to have
think
help
she's
from
helping Offset.
But I have to agree with Nicole.
At this
But
point,
Nicole said something. There's room out there for so much collaboration. There's room out there for both of them.
Totally.
It's
There's
room.
plenty of room.
This is the thing. It is room out there for all of us. However, is never, for some reason, females can never, ever, ever get along to work together. And
We
and
can't-
I
but
just
how can
don't
we say
understand that.
when we've got New Edition, we've got Jagged Edge, 112. All of them had beef within, which is why they ain't really making records no more. New Edition had fallout, so we can't just blame this on women. And I think it's just a human condition. I think we hear that over and over that women don't get along,
Nicole, and-
but men ain't really getting along either. I
But
think
it's a thing. It's
people.
also a thing called hate too, because if you notice, no disrespect toward the men out here, the men are hating on the women more than the women hating on the
Nicole,
women.
do you think it's Rashad, Nicole, and Diamond P? Do you think it's something with scarcity?
Scarcity of what?
Scarcity.
Of what?
It's not. Like you said, there's enough out there for everyone. Scarcity means you don't think there's enough. You have to do something to bring
Well, I'm
this
just saying,
person
you
down.
said, do we like the scarcity of what though? I'm not,
Yeah.
Scarcity of
like, are people going to consume what you putting out?
yeah.
That's what he's saying.
Obviously,
Are they
Nicki's
gonna-
at the top of her game.
She's at the top.
She's had a totally good run.
But is
She has
hip
that.
hop open enough
I
to
think
have?
it is
but-
if you
but
allow
think-
it to be.
All right, listen. Is hip hop, is the culture of hip hop open enough to where the number one, the number two, and the number three
Still-
top hip hop artists all female? Are we
Yes.
open enough for that?
Yes, if
Yes.
you got bars and you got the music. I
Yes.
think definitely you can.
Let
do
me tell you
that.
when hip hop evolved to me, because I was a gangster rap guy. I'm from the hood, gangster rap guy all day. When we decided to accept Drake from Canada.
Okay, sir, what you're not.
But hold on, wait a minute. Listen, it's cool though. Seriously, that was a shift in the culture of rap.
Because
when
he
we
got
said-
bars.
No, there were plenty of folks that had bars. You think Master P got bars?
Well, that's
Master P was #1 in the world.
Well, that's true.
Rapping about selling dope and killing people. Not because he had a tight flow. I mean, he was unique, had a great beat behind his lyrics. But make no mistake about it, there were plenty of folks dropping bars way better than P. But they weren't from that place. So his strength in the game had little to do about his bars and much to do about the fact he from the gutter.
And it was legitimate. What he was.
He was authentic.
And that's
he
what, that's,
represented where he was from.
Cardi's appeal is it, it's
right,
legit.
there's
it's
an authentic
real,
history
it's
there.
Authentic history.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
So
we got Suck of the Week.
Suck of the Week coming up.
No, go ahead now.
We got Suck of the Week now?
Yeah.
Suck
You
of the
got
Week?
Suck of the Week? Yeah.
Okay. All right. My
Suck
sucker,
of the Week.
my Sucker of the Week this week is Cat Williams.
Oh God.
Here's why. Not because of what he
I
did
knew
to
he was
Wanda,
gonna say that.
but because he ran inside of that damn food depot
That's a good
after
one.
talking all that trash the
Okay.
day before.
Mitchell, Suck of the Week.
My sucker of the week this week is myself, Mitchell Shelby.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree. Let's move on.
No, I threw one thing about me.
Mitchell ain't got much time.
Really
You
quickly,
gotta talk
I'm the
about
sucker
it.
of the week. I threw President Obama up under the bus last week. And I should not have done that. I am the sucker of the week.
Oh my God.
I did. I said that President Obama was the sucker of the week, but Rashad corrected me, and I went and looked it up. Anytime that somebody comes at you, you have a right to come back at them. Generally, presidents do not talk about the other sitting presidents, but he talked about that guy, so President Obama had a right to come back. So I am the sucker of the
Diamond,
week.
you got one? Oh, we'll wait till we come back. We'll let you, because she's thrown. We'll come back. Sucker free. Shed alive.
What's happening? This is your man Rashad Richey. Let's keep it 100. We are suffering from high blood pressure and diabetes at an alarming rate. Did you know that studies show by cleaning the blood, you can improve your circulation and help lower your blood pressure and improve your overall numbers? A company called Alloman has a product known as Gap. Yep, Gap pills. I've been using them for years, and they have done me wonders as a broadcaster. They've been on the market for 41 years. It's a unique combination of garlic, aloe, and parsley designed to cleanse, regulate, and replenish the blood. It normally sells for $49.95 for a 1-month supply, but if you order now using the code word HEALTH, HEALTH, you get 15% off. So I need you right now, if you care about your health, go to AloeHeals.com, ALOEHEALS.com, or call them at 1-800-383-1165. That's 1-800-383-1165, or drop by 3030 Camilton Road in Atlanta and tell them the realest man sent you.
All right, we're back. Sucker Free with Rashad Richey and friends. We got our Sucker of the
Diamond
Week.
Sucker of the Week. What's your Sucker of the
Yep.
Week?
My sucker of the week is all the haters on my Instagram
Yes!
that said that I wasn't going to make it. And they also said that I wasn't even going to be on the show with Rashad today.
What? Why them suckers still on your Instagram? I would first. Now you know what? Keep them there.
No, I'm going
Yeah.
to keep them
Yeah,
there
keep
because
them.
I
They need to
need
see
them.
the rise.
Yes,
They
I
gotta
need
see the
them to
rise.
see the success because I'm succeeding to exceed. So I need
Amen.
for them
Oh, I
to.
like that.
There you
Yes,
go.
I'm
you
gonna
know.
And just a word.
No,
to
don't
why-
steal that. That is mine.
Is that a bar?
Let
I
me tell
wanna-
you, just real quick.
Succeeded
If
to-
you see somebody in the streets and they tell you that they've been seeing you on social media, you doing good, but them Negroes ain't never liked nothing you did on social media.
Exactly.
That's a hater.
A
Just
hater.
want you to know that.
Hater.
So our Sucker Free Mama of the Week, I'm going to go ahead and take liberty and give it to Cat Williams and Tiffany Haddish.
Okay,
They
I like
buried the
that.
hatchet, posed last night at the Emmys, took a picture. Cat bowed down
Yes.
to her feet.
He
And that was
apologized
a
too.
great, and
He
he apologized.
apologized.
It was
And
a great
apologized
Sucker
to
Free
Wanda
moment
Sykes.
of the week.
Yeah.
He apologized. Yeah, to what he said, Wanda Sykes, and he took accountability and stood in his shit.
That's
You
one curse
always
word.
stand in your shit.
We had
That's
12 and we
two.
just blew it. We can use 12 curse words in
Two.
one show.
And he said that he'd been chastised and he
All
thought
right.
about some things, and that's
That's
what
good
happened.
stuff. Okay.
That's what's
Diamond
up.
P, how can people get at you?
You can reach me on Instagram at the Real Diamond P. That's DAREALDIAMONDP.
Yes!
All right, Mitchell.
Hey, man, you can reach me on Twitter or anything at Mitchell Shelby. You can check me out at mitchellshelby.com also. mitchellshelby.com.
Kelly Robin, I'll get with you next week, girl. We'll talk about that next week. I'm at Nicole English. I'm Atlanta Sister on YouTube. That's ATLANTASISTAH. I'm also on Facebook, and I'm a part of Sucker Free with Rashad Richey.
All right, and make sure you catch us with Sucker Free Facebook and Twitter.
Sucker Free Facebook is Sucker Free with Rashad Richey. Our Twitter is Sucker Free Pod. Our Instagram is Sucker Free Talk.
All right.
Yes, and
There
we're
it
also on SoundCloud.
Yep,
We're
on
uploading the
SoundCloud.
shows to SoundCloud. So share
Okay.
everywhere. Join our SoundCloud list. Subscribe to YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all of that.
All right, you can get up with me, Richie316@gmail.com if you need to drop a line directly to me. Follow me on Facebook at Real Talk with Rashad Richey, Twitter at Rashad1380, Instagram Rashad_Richey. You can always catch me on WAOK, V103, CBS 46 News.
Yes,
Oh,
the
roll
real
brother
man,
is-
the
everywhere.
business
Brother
man.
is busy.
Holla.
Peace.